Last week, dancehall artist and Love and Hip Hop star Spice shocked the internet when she posted an almost unrecognizable picture of herself to social media. Now sporting blue eyes, blonde hair, and pale skin, the Jamaican artist called her new look a fresh start, which of course left many of us confused.
Spice later shared that her sudden change was in fact to promote her latest single titled Black Hypocrisy, on which she recounts her experience as a darker-skinned woman and how it has affected her career. So today we're discussing hip-hop versus colorism and how it affects our culture. And for this conversation, we have a special guest with us today, a good friend of mine, Farrah Faux, formerly known as Audra the Rapper, aka Got Bars. What's happening, man? How you doing?
Good, I'm chilling.
Good, man. So let me start the conversation off by saying I abhor colorism. I do not like the jokes that fly on social media, the whole light-skinned people act this way, dark-skinned people act that way. I think it's so unhealthy for our community as a whole.
No, I completely agree. It starts with us. We have to stop thinking it's funny, making games and jokes about it. This light skin versus dark skin, one's prettier, one's not. Like, we are the beginning factor of it.
See, colorism is tricky, right? It's one of those elephants in the room where we all know it's there within the industry because it's in society. It's interesting because there are no receipts. Like, I can't sit here and say, oh, I've been told this isn't for you because you're dark. Right. But I know people who have. In different industries, foreign places outside of America. But my personal experience is I can't necessarily say, oh, I have a receipt.
I don't know why we don't give credence to this argument, this outcry that women have been yelling for about years in music and entertainment as a whole. You know, as recently as, you know, Rhapsody, Tink, Dreezy, like, you know, in hip hop specifically, these are all women who have said, yo, like, I'm not given a fair shake, and I think it's solely because of the color of my skin. Now, Bree, you happen to be a little bit on the other end of the spectrum as far as your complexion is concerned. Do you feel like you've benefited at all from being more fair-skinned?
I think maybe sometimes I have, but I may have not have addressed it or took in the opportunity to say, did I really deserve this? Or address it, you know what I mean? And I think us as light-skinned women, we should address the situation if we feel like it's being, like, if it's happening.
It's like white privilege, almost, how they're sometimes so oblivious to the fact that they benefited from their whiteness.
No, I agree, but like you said, it's like that maybe, right? It's always that maybe. And it's almost as if, when do you know? Right. And I'm not gonna sit here and deny, like you said, I'm not denying it. It's there. It has to be there because it's everywhere else. So why wouldn't it be in this industry, right?
And it's sad because I think it's a marketable thing. I think sometimes in the industry, they're taking a chance or a risk with that dark-skinned woman because they're just one, like, color. They can only go one way, they think. And they think with light-skinned women, it's more opportunity. And it's sad that it's like that, but I think it's a marketable thing.
For sure. I think it lies more in the ideals of what do we think is beautiful. And is it the industry giving us what we have said time and time again, we see this as beauty as opposed to this? I've actually been told in a meeting with an A&R that I don't make the music I look like. I've actually been told you need to represent chocolate women. And that's to say that darker complected women will only receive one thing. They're only capable, or we're only capable of liking something. And that's also to assume that I'm gonna be the holy grail for black women because I'm a black woman, and that's automatically my demographic.
So let's be solution-based right now.
I was gonna say, how do we combat this situation?
I definitely feel it's inside out. I definitely feel it's within our community outwards, right? Or within many communities, and not just the black community, the hip-hop community is widespread, right? That's why I feel like colorism is the most prevalent ism, because it's not just one community against another, it's ourselves against ourselves, right? And it really, like I said, just looking at why, our whys, for why do we perceive this over something else? Why do we like, why do we respect this? Why is this beautiful to us? Is it because it's been overly marketed to us? Is it because I see this represented more than something else? Or is it an innate whatever? If we just analyze our why, and then we can start to tear apart and break down what's given to us and then look at why is it given to us.
For sure. I think we have to stop perpetuating the ideology of colorism on social media. We just have to just stop it and stop labeling it as just jokes on the internet. Because I think we're perpetuating stereotypes that are so unhealthy for our own community because we don't really have like a true racial, we don't have a true identity in this country. Like we're still developing, like in real time, our cultural history. Join the conversation by tweeting us at REVOLT TV using the hashtag #OurNews.